Married at First Sight is back, and they are dysfunctional as ever. The first couple, well, we don't know if they're dysfunctional yet. Let me be nice because we
Okay.
don't know.
No, we're just being introduced to these couples. I don't even know all the couples, but
So
whatever. Yeah.
let's break it down couple by couple.
Okay.
The first couple is Jasmine and Aries. And Jasmine is a former beauty queen and
Oh yeah.
and gymnast.
Yeah.
And Aries, what he does, the one thing
I saw him working. I saw him in the shoe store. Yeah, when
okay,
Pastor Cal went to tell him that he was getting married, he was in the shoe store.
okay,
I don't know if he works there or he owns it or what's going on, but he was in the shoe store. Or maybe he was just buying some shoes. I don't know.
what I remember about him. He's 39, so Jasmine is 32 and he's 39. And he said that when he was 28 years old, he was ghosted for the first time, by a woman. And since then, he's been playing the fields and just kind of like, going at whoever he wants to go out with. So Ma, what are your thoughts on this couple?
Okay,
Jasmine and Aries?
let me just preface this whole thing by saying we're just meeting these people. Okay, it's early on.
Mhm.
Okay, but my sense of it is
You'll look like a genius later. You can make predictions.
okay. My sense of it is that Jasmine is far more serious than Aries.
Mhm.
Okay. Aries has just been out there. Maybe he really wants to, quote unquote, settle down. I don't know. But he still seems like he's about that street life to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Time will tell.
Mhm.
Okay. And whereas Jasmine seems more like she wants to have a real relationship,
Yeah.
a real committed relationship. As Jasmine appears to really want to have a husband.
When I when we were first introduced to Jasmine, she seemed to take it very seriously, and she
Right.
seemed like this was like since she's been an adult that
Right.
she really values marriage
Right.
and wants that partner and wants to have children. Aries seems like, oh, I'm bored, something to do.
All right.
And
Let me see how this goes,
okay. And he also you remember he mentioned that he had sex about 2 weeks before the show. Mind you, 2 weeks before he got married or whatever it is when he found out that he was
Yeah.
going to. So it was
Yeah.
right around the time that he found out he
Yeah.
was getting married. He decided to go have sex with somebody else. So whatever. Well, that's your business. He's not married. He wasn't didn't meet the woman. Whatever you think about that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where his mindset is, and
Right.
that is scary to me. And also, I've noticed Jasmine probably is a little bit more sexually repressed than Aries,
Yeah.
as she said that she seems very uncomfortable around the strippers, and she said I don't know if she used the word shy, but I think she used something like synonymous with that
Right.
about sex.
Yeah.
So
So
those.
let's see how it goes. You never know.
Mhm.
Sometimes they present one way and then they turn out to be very different. Sometimes. But pretty much on this show, that has not been the case.
Right.
A few exceptions,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
let's just see. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah,
Okay, let's hope for the best.
last season we have one couple that is still together. That is Miguel and Lindy. Everybody else,
And they fought like cats and dogs all the way through for the most part.
yeah, they did. But
Yeah, so
like
we
you
hope
said,
that.
there was passion there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Nicole and Chris.
And let's remember, like I said, let's keep reminding ourselves it's early on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
early in the game,
yeah.
so we don't know.
And for some of these people, they haven't even actually met. For some of these couples, like Jasmine and Aris, they haven't met.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
So
they don't meet until at the altar,
right.
At least they claim,
Right.
So, okay.
Second couple, Nicole and Chris, who I think Nicole is 32, and I know Nicole's 32, I think Chris is 36. So this is the Nashville season, guys. I forgot to mention that. So Nicole is from New York, and she's lived in Nashville for like 2 years. And Chris is from Chicago. I'm not sure how long he's been in Nashville. But Nicole seems to be pretty eager and happy to, have fun and party, licking the strippers, the male
Is
strippers.
Nicole the one whose mother is full-blown Italian?
Yes.
Yeah,
Italian
and Jewish.
Jewish.
Right. Okay.
Right. Chris seemed quiet to me. I can't even tell you what.
Chris seems very quiet. Yeah,
I don't.
he seemed very laid back. He's the one staying with his friends in Nashville or whatever. Yeah, he seemed very laid back.
Was that Chris?
I don't know.
That was.
I don't really remember. I
don't. Chris. That might have been. Oh gosh,
no, wait a minute. No, that was not
that
Chris.
Was the other guy.
Yeah, no, that was not Chris. That's the one. That's the one for Dominique.
That's for Dominique.
That's the one for Dominique. Right. Okay.
So yeah, so I don't remember much about Chris. Which
I mean, you're the one delving into all these couples that we really just met them. Anyway.
So we don't. So we know what's up. We seen Nicole,
right,
and we saw that she likes to get down.
Right. That's right.
Okay, so we'll see.
Okay.
Any thoughts on them? Too early?
Too early. Okay. I'm just even getting to know them. Too early.
So Gina and Clint. Gina is 35 and she owns a beauty salon, and Clint is 40 and he's a sailor and a pilot.
That's right. And he's adventurous and he loves to go everywhere and do everything. And he's kind of cute.
He's okay.
He's all right. Well, maybe he's just got good hair or something.
It's fine. He's cute. He's a nice. He's a nice thick, head of hair. He's fine.
He's not bad looking and he's built okay.
Looks are not his problem.
Right.
I think that he might be a party man. He seems like he's ready to.
Well, he said he's very adventurous.
Yeah. She might be a little bit more serious than he is.
Well, isn't that usually the case? But anyway, you got that right. So we shall see.
So I'm not sure.
I'm not sure that's the case with Dominique.
Yeah, let's move on to Dominique. But yeah, so I'm not sure about Gina and Clint, but I am kind of getting red flags from Clint a little bit. Maybe I'm too much, but just kind of.
Well, he's very adventurous. So let's just see. He needs an adventurous partner.
Mm-hmm.
Or either he needs to decide he doesn't want to be quite as adventurous anymore. Right. One or the other. Right. So we'll see.
Okay, so Dominique and Mac. So Dominique is biracial or Black, whichever one she identifies as. She's 25 and Mac is 34. And this is an interracial marriage. They have not met each other. No, none of these couples that we've mentioned so far have met each other. Okay, so Mac owns a cannabis shop or dispensary. I'm not sure, but it's something cannabis. And I don't know what Dominique does, except I know she likes girls' night out, and she
likes her GNO, girls' night out. For sure.
And she likes to talk to the male strippers.
Oh man, she was carrying on. I don't know what she was digging for to pull out of her bra to give to the male stripper, but she was digging for gold and looking for something over there. And she was hiding Cootie Brown over there. I'm like, oh my God, I think that was the night before she was supposed to get married.
Yes.
And she was having lots of fun with that stripper. I don't know if it was maybe her thinking, well, this is my last night out with him, with the girls or whatever, but she was totally enjoying herself and she was totally faded.
Yeah, I think she's too young to get married.
She's 25 and she's loving her girl nights out and she's not trying to give them up, and I don't know where and why she feels that she needs a husband at this point in her life, except that her mother is pushing it.
Oh, her mother signed her up for the show. We forgot to mention that part.
And you know what? Oh, never mind.
You could say, Ma, go ahead.
I'm
my only child.
No, not because you're only child, but you're only child who. I don't want to say nothing.
Oh, I got married.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't know why the mother would be pushing that.
Right. I got married actually much younger than that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say it. I'll let you say it. That's not my place. As a teenager. That's not my place to say it. Right.
A whole teenager, but
right.
No, what I don't even understand what the mother's doing. So here's the thing: 25 is still very young, and it's okay if you get married at 25. You can make it. But it shouldn't be a forced, like feeling desperate situation, or like I've exhausted
and she's never saying I really want a husband. Right. I really want to be. But she's saying I want girls like
Right. Yeah. She said she was an old soul, and
I haven't seen
haven't
that.
seen that
I
part
don't know
yet.
where that old soul comes in.
Right.
It's an old soul who likes to party
Right.
with the girls, you know.
So no,
I don't know either. Let's just see. And then the guy, what's his name, Matt,
yeah,
heard
Mac.
her,
Is he Mac?
yeah, her soon to be husband. He, the only thing I could say about him is that's pretty adventurous is that, I guess he likes to get high or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's just a business or he enjoys getting high.
It's a business.
But he seems very laid back. He seems like an old soul.
Yeah, he's older than her. He's
No,
about
but
9 years older than
I
her.
understand that, but he seems old. He's like an old, not older than her.
Yeah,
He seems old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no,
he doesn't look old, but he's very quiet. He's very laid back.
Yeah, he is.
It's not much color in his wardrobe or his personality. Yeah.
Like,
He seems very, very, very ho humish.
yeah.
So let's just see how that all works out. Her with her raving girls' night out.
Yeah.
And like I said, she was totally zooted on there. She loves to get her drink or whatever else on for sure.
Yeah.
So let's just see how that works out.
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along.
Okay, so the final couple, and this is the couple that we were getting ready to see them.
Right, they were going to be the first ones married.
Actually, Shaquille, who is
he was
31, he was at the aisle, and Kirsten was heading down the aisle.
Right.
And she's 32. And so what I will start off by saying is they are both well educated. And she has a master's and he's working on getting his PhD. Yeah, she's very superficial, very nice looking, young woman.
She's finicky about her hair, her clothes, her food, her this, her that. Everything she named, she had a list so long I could have went and took a nap, woke up and came back, and she was still rattling off her list. Yep. She had a long list of expectations from her mate.
And she said the man should be perfect like her.
And baby, when you come with all that nonsense, okay, it's not that you have a list, it's that the list is so long. And if the list is that long, it's already unreasonable.
Right.
Okay? Because ain't none of us all those things on that list, And so already, and never was I hearing anything about caring and kind and loving and stable and committed. I wasn't hearing any of those things. Everything I was hearing was something superficial and silly. Mm-hmm. Everything you heard was something transparent, superficial, silly, physical.
But I remember the one thing that we thought was reasonable when she just said the penis size. Remember, she said 6 or 7 inches.
That was the only thing she said that the average man could probably do.
Right.
That's about the only thing she said that the man ain't got to be above average to do.
Right. And I don't even know if she realized that.
I know that, she maybe made a mistake when she said that. She probably saw something that said that's about the average size and she just said it, know. But that ain't probably not what she's looking for. But anyhow, okay, and Shaquille, it seemed like a really nice guy. He seemed very meticulous about his wardrobe. Yeah. He was well dressed. And then that's all. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
What are you trying to say, bro?
No, I ain't trying to say nothing. I'm not too sure he could meet up to her expectations when it comes to physical attractiveness.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I want to say. Yes. And but the thing about it, see, that wouldn't, to some people that doesn't even matter, whatever. But for her, she made that a priority.
Right.
And that's the part she's gonna probably maybe encounter some problems. Let me tell you, women, we ain't being honest. Wait a minute. Her friends, her bridesmaids said, okay, now what are you going to do when you get up there to the altar? And how are we going to know if you like him or you don't, or if it's a hit or a miss? She said, well, if I like him all right, I give him a little peck. I kiss him on the lips. Mm-hmm. If I don't like him, I turn my head. He kissed me on the cheek. Mm-hmm. That means it's a no-go. Well, we seen the clip where when she got up there, she was giving him her cheek. And she was bold and obvious about it.
Yeah.
So that was the signal to whoever was so stupid to need that interpreted for them. I don't think we needed interpreted, but she did. But she did interpret it. She told us ahead of time that she was going to turn her cheek, right?
Yeah.
She was going to give him her cheek. And to me, she was dead wrong, because no matter what the situation is, if I had agreed to marry you sight unseen in the first place, who's going to be so stupid to marry somebody sight unseen if the way they look is important to you?
Right.
Okay, if the way you look is not important to me, I'm more interested in your personal attributes. Then I can marry you sight unseen, because that's not, I'm not marrying the sight. I want to just know about the person.
Right.
Okay, but if I'm honest and I'm saying, look, he got to look a certain way for me to even deal with it. Okay,
Right.
if that's the case, can't marry a sight unseen person and leave that up to Tom, Dick, and Harry to pick out.
Right.
I don't have to pick that out. What's
Yeah.
good for me?
You know.
So that's craziness right there. So it makes the show even more BS. Okay, it makes you look at them so-called experts and wonder how bona fide their expertise are.
Yeah.
Because now you ain't talking about no expertise. Now you just talking about entertainment.
Right.
You just putting something together for entertainment.
I mean, because I'm sure Shaquille, he seems like a nice person.
Yeah.
But he's not necessarily anybody that you would say is traditionally handsome.
Right. And listen, the girl told us. She told us by what she did. Yeah. We're turning the cheek. She said, if he ain't right, or if I don't like his looks, or it ain't clicking for me, I'm turning my cheek.
Right.
And for him to kiss me on the cheek. And then you could have pecked anybody on the lips. You didn't say ram your tongue down his throat or whatever. You could kiss anybody just on a little peck, right? Or on the lips or whatever, just enough to make people feel embarrassed or feel bad. I mean, it's your wedding day. Yeah,
it's my thing to me. Like I said,
there's a level of cruelty in that. Right. There's a level of cruelty right there that I don't like.
No, like you don't pick your partner when married at first sight. You are leaving it up to the experts, and if looks are really that important, you need to go on a different type of show.
That's right. You cannot marry somebody sight unseen,
right?
If you're interested in how they look,
right? And
that's ridiculous.
And there's no perfect person, right? And then people are not going to think she's perfect. She's nice looking, but her attitude is not right.
Right.
That's not good. So I don't know, this couple here.
I don't like it already, because in the past, when I have seen them, and there's been, and I don't think I missed any whole seasons of it. If I did, maybe either one or none. Okay. I'm not even too sure I ever missed any seasons of it. And when I have seen it's usually always been the bride who has turned her head, not wanting to kiss or whatever. Mm-hmm. Whenever I have seen that, it went downhill. Yeah. Well, it did not. There was no recovering from that point on. Yeah. Not even recovering. There had been no development of a relationship. So it wasn't even in recovering anything. It's just that they never did develop. Forget a close committed relationship. They didn't even develop a rapport. Right. Because you starting off offending somebody. Right. So, so you're showing that you even have no willingness to develop a rapport with the person, so I'm not hopeful about Shaquille and Kirsten. And Kirsten, yeah. Right? I'm not happy about the way that's starting out at all, because I can see it only going downhill. And you know what? And Married at First Sight has reached a point where often, one or the other or both of them are disrespectful and hurtful toward each other. Yeah. Say anything about each other, treat each other any kind of way. Back from when they had that one, what's the name? Ashley telling the man to get away from her, don't talk to her. And remember, yeah, you do. She kept saying, "Oh, that's a nice person. Oh, a good person. Alyssa. Oh, yeah. And she kept saying, "Oh, good person." And she was horrible. And the guy, Chris, was just as sweet as he could be. And she was very nasty to him. And there was no need for all that.
My thing
is, been a few like that.
Shows you're supposed to at this stage of the game, when you go on a show, be mature enough to know that the physical is not the most important thing in the beginning. A physical attraction is growing, right, development, a friendship, and a bond, and that can come later on. And it could also be that you are so physically attracted to a person and you get to know them and you're not attracted to them anymore. Absolutely.
But see, there's a level of maturity to that. But they're not. but they're not.
They're not.
Because that's what has happened.
Right.
You know, in almost every case, it's been a thing that they weren't physically attracted to the people.
Yeah.
That's almost always what has happened.
And that was
right.
it.
If they weren't physically attracted, remember the one who wanted a dirty foot? What was this one last season?
Yeah, with
her name was Kirsten. Her name was Kristen. Kristen with a Y.
Yeah, and I don't remember
Kristen with a Y.
now.
Matt.
No, not Matt.
Beck, Bart.
I don't know. Mitch, right?
Yeah.
Mitch.
Remember Sasha? Sasha used to call him Mitch the bitch.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, the only thing that I remember I remember a lot of stuff, but Christian was to me much more attractive.
Oh yeah.
Than Mitch.
Yeah. Oh, by far.
Just really.
Oh, he had a hideous attitude and a nasty look on his face and a scowl half the time. And oh God, he was awful. And he wanted her to not wear any makeup. And everybody was saying, "Oh, he wants a dirty foot."
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And let him go find one. And he was always saying things to somehow make her feel bad. And really and truly, a person like him, it would have been very difficult for him to make me feel bad. He could have made me mad. He could have made me curse him out, or maybe just not speak to him anymore. Mm-hmm. Or ultimately, that's what it would have been. But he would have gotten cussed out before I quit speaking to him. Yeah. But he could have never made me feel bad. He could have only made me feel that, listen, honey, I know you're feeling unworthy. Mm-hmm. I know you're feeling unworthy. In case you don't, you need to be. Okay? Because she had much more to offer, was a much sweeter person, much more giving, much more caring, much more creative, totally better personality by tenfold than he was.
Oh, for sure.
He was a horror.
Yeah. Well, either way, we'll see what happens with Shaquille and Kirsten. I'm not hopeful, but be positive. Right. But here's the thing: we don't need to, advocate for dysfunctional relationships.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I know I'm not, because whatever clicks with either one of them, they're both free, and there's somebody out here for both of them, and who will be, good to either one of them or both of them. So if things don't work, if she is not nice to him, there's many women, because there's many other things about him I know already that are nice and that are decent. We've seen a couple of things about him. Well, he's gainfully employed. He's pursuing higher education, higher education, and and he likes to dress. So we know those few things about him. So but anyhow, we shall see. We know those things about her too, but he doesn't seem quite as demanding as she does. He may want those things, but he has not said that.
No, but we know that she's
right, and she seems more superficial. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think, let's match the look. But that's silly. That's ignorant.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that way. She's. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. That way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Two person and.
Absolutely, and she's no prettier than a whole bunch of people walking up and down the street. Of course. I mean, come on, please. Come on. Maybe. Yeah, she's superficial. She's silly and superficial. Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.